The northern cardinal is one of North America's most recognizable and beloved birds. Its vibrant red plumage makes it a standout sight, especially against a snowy winter landscape. This bird, known scientifically as Cardinalis cardinalis, is a common resident across the eastern and central United States, and its range has been expanding northward and westward over the decades. It is not a migratory species, meaning it graces our backyards and woodlands throughout the year. Its constant presence and striking appearance have made it a favorite among birdwatchers and nature enthusiasts alike, a splash of living color in every season. This familiarity has led to its adoption as the official state bird for an impressive 7 United States. The name Cardinal itself has historical roots that connect it to human culture. When European explorers first encountered this brilliant bird, they were reminded of the deep red robes worn by cardinals in the Catholic Church. This simple comparison gave the bird its common name, a title that has endured for centuries. The bird's crested head, which it can raise or lower depending on its mood, further adds to its distinguished and almost regal appearance. This combination of brilliant color and a distinctive silhouette makes the northern cardinal an unmistakable feature of the American avian landscape, a true jewel of the natural world that captures the imagination. Beyond its visual appeal, the cardinal holds a special place in the hearts of many. It is often seen as a symbol of hope, love, and vitality. The sight of a male cardinal is frequently associated with spiritual messages or the memory of a loved one. This deep cultural connection is strengthened by the bird's year-round visibility and its cheerful whistling songs that can be heard even on the coldest winter days. It has adapted remarkably well to human-altered environments, thriving in suburban gardens and city parks as readily as it does in dense forests. This adaptability ensures that the cardinal remains a close and constant neighbor to millions of people. The species is a member of the Cardinalidae family, which also includes grosbeaks and buntings, birds known for their stout, conical beaks. This powerful beak is a crucial tool, perfectly designed for cracking open tough seeds, which form a large part of its diet. While the male is famous for his all-over red coloration, the female is also a beautiful bird, though more subtly colored. Understanding the full life story of this bird, from its diet to its complex social behaviors, reveals a creature far more fascinating than its simple, beautiful appearance might suggest. It is a story of survival, family, and adaptation in a constantly changing world. One of the most defining features of the northern cardinal is the stark difference in appearance between the sexes, a phenomenon known as sexual dimorphism. The male is an explosion of brilliant red, a uniform crimson that covers his entire body, from his prominent crest to his long tail. This fiery plumage is broken only by a striking black mask that covers his face and throat, accentuating his bright red beak. This vibrant coloration is not just for show, it plays a critical role in attracting a mate and establishing dominance. A brighter red male is often healthier and a more desirable partner, signaling his fitness to potential mates in a very clear and visible way. In contrast, the female cardinal presents a more understated but equally elegant beauty. Her plumage is primarily a warm olive brown or tan color, providing excellent camouflage when she is sitting on the nest. However, she is not without her own touches of red. Faint red hues can be seen on her crest, wings, and tail, like subtle highlights that hint at her connection to the more flamboyant male. Like the male, she also possesses a blackish facial mask and a bright reddish-orange beak. This more muted coloration is a practical adaptation, helping her to avoid attracting the attention of predators, while she incubates her precious eggs and cares for her vulnerable young nestlings. The secret behind the male's spectacular red color lies in his diet. The vibrant pigments are derived from compounds called carotenoids. These are natural pigments found in many plants, fruits, and insects that the cardinal consumes. The bird's body cannot produce these pigments on its own. They must be ingested and then processed to be deposited into the feathers as they grow. The intensity of a male's red plumage is a direct reflection of his ability to find high-quality carotenoid-rich food sources. A duller male might be younger, less successful at foraging, or suffering from poor health, making his color an honest signal of his overall quality. Interestingly, there is a rare genetic mutation called xanthochromism that can affect a cardinal's coloration. Instead of the typical red, a male with this condition will be a stunning bright yellow. This occurs when the bird is unable to convert the yellow carotenoids from its diet into the red pigments that normally color its feathers. While these yellow cardinals are a rare and surprising sight, they demonstrate the fascinating genetic and biochemical processes that create the natural world's incredible diversity of colors. Both the standard red and the rare yellow variations showcase the intricate link between a bird's diet, its health, and its visual appearance. The northern cardinal is a highly adaptable bird, capable of thriving in a wide variety of environments. Its preferred habitats typically include woodland edges, overgrown fields, dense thickets, and shrublands. These areas provide the perfect combination of open spaces for foraging and dense cover for nesting and protection from predators. The cardinal is not a bird of the deep, unbroken forest. It flourishes where different habitats meet, creating a rich mosaic of resources. This preference for edge habitats has allowed it to benefit greatly from human activity, which often fragments forests and creates the kind of shrubby, successional growth that cardinals love. This adaptability has also enabled the northern cardinal to become a common resident of suburban and urban landscapes. It is frequently found in backyards, city parks, and along hedgerows. As long as there are dense shrubs or small trees for nesting and a reliable source of food and water, cardinals are content to make their home alongside humans. Bird feeders have become a particularly important resource, especially during harsh winters, providing a consistent supply of seeds that help sustain local populations. Their willingness to live in close proximity to people is a major reason why they are one of the most familiar birds to so many. Unlike many other bird species, northern cardinals are non-migratory. They are permanent residents throughout their range, meaning they must endure all the challenges that each season brings. An individual cardinal will typically spend its entire life within a relatively small area, often remaining within a mile or so of where it was hatched. This sedentary lifestyle requires a deep familiarity with its local environment, including the best foraging spots, the safest roosting locations, and the territories of neighboring cardinals. During the colder months, their social behavior shifts, and they may form small flocks with other cardinals to forage for food together. The size of a cardinal's home range can vary depending on the season and the quality of the habitat. During the winter, when they are more social and less territorial, they may roam over a larger area in search of scarce food. However, as spring approaches and the breeding season begins, their world shrinks. A breeding pair will establish and fiercely defend a territory that is typically around 3 to 4 acres in size. This territory must contain everything the pair needs to successfully raise a family: suitable nesting sites, abundant food sources, and protection from threats, making its selection and defense a critical part of their annual cycle. As winter fades and the days grow longer, the social harmony of the cardinal flock dissolves and is replaced by an intense drive to establish and defend territory. The male cardinal in particular becomes a fierce guardian of his chosen domain. His beautiful whistled song is no longer just a cheerful sound, it becomes a bold declaration of ownership, a clear signal to other males to stay away. He will spend a significant portion of his day patrolling the boundaries of his territory, which is typically a few acres in size, and singing from prominent perches to advertise his presence and his strength to any potential rivals. This territorial aggression can be surprisingly fierce. Males will chase intruders out of their area with relentless determination. This behavior is so ingrained that they often fail to distinguish between a real rival and their own reflection. It is a common sight in the spring to see a male cardinal repeatedly attacking a window, a car mirror, or even a shiny hubcap. He perceives the bird in the reflection as an intruder that refuses to back down, leading to a seemingly endless and exhausting battle. While it may look comical, it is a serious expression of the bird's powerful instinct to protect its resources for its mate and future offspring. The female cardinal is not a passive observer in these territorial disputes. She also plays an active role in defending the nesting area. Though her aggression is typically directed towards other females, she has her own set of calls and postures to warn off female intruders who might be looking to usurp her nesting site or compete for her mate's attention. The female's song, which is often sung in response to the male's, helps to strengthen their pair bond and reinforce their joint ownership of the territory. This coordinated defense by both members of the pair is crucial for ensuring a safe and stable environment for raising their young. The defense of the territory is most intense during the early stages of the breeding season, when pairs are forming and nests are being built. Once the eggs are laid and incubation begins, the overt aggression may lessen slightly as the pair's focus shifts to the immediate needs of their nest. However, they remain ever vigilant, ready to drive away any other cardinals that stray too close. This territorial instinct is the engine that drives the entire breeding cycle, ensuring that the pair has exclusive access to the food and shelter necessary to successfully fledge the next generation of these stunning red birds. The courtship of the northern cardinal is a captivating display of ritual and devotion. As the breeding season begins in early spring, the male initiates the process by showcasing his qualities to potential mates. His brilliant red plumage is his first and most obvious advertisement, serving as an honest signal of his health and foraging prowess. A vibrant, well-fed male is more likely to be a good provider. He combines this visual display with his rich, complex song. He sings persistently from high perches, and the quality and variety of his songs can influence a female's choice, demonstrating his experience and vigor. Once a female shows interest, a more intimate and charming courtship ritual begins. This is known as mate feeding or courtship feeding. The male will find a tasty morsel, such as a large seed or a juicy insect, and approach the female. He will then lean towards her and gently place the food directly into her beak, much like a parent feeding a chick. This behavior is more than just a simple offering of food. It is a profound gesture that demonstrates his ability to provide for her and their future offspring, and it serves to build and strengthen the bond between the pair. Cardinals are largely monogamous, and pairs often stay together for multiple breeding seasons, sometimes for life. However, if one partner perishes, the survivor will seek a new mate. The strong pair bond is maintained throughout the breeding season, with continued displays of affection and cooperation. They communicate through soft calls, move around their territory together, and collaborate on defending it from intruders. This close partnership is essential, as raising multiple broods of young in a single season is a demanding task that requires the full effort of both parents working in unison. While they are primarily monogamous, modern genetic studies have revealed a more complex side to their mating habits. It is not uncommon for extra-pair copulations to occur, meaning a female may sometimes mate with a male other than her primary partner. Research has suggested that a significant percentage of young in a nest may be sired by a neighboring male. This behavior adds another layer of intrigue to their social dynamics, suggesting that the drive to pass on one's genes can lead to strategies that go beyond the simple, faithful pair bond that we observe on the surface. Once a pair bond is firmly established, the crucial task of nest building begins. This responsibility falls almost exclusively to the female cardinal. She is the architect and the builder, meticulously selecting a suitable location and constructing the nest. She typically chooses a well-concealed spot within a dense thicket, a tangled vine, or a low bushy tree, usually between 1 and 15 feet off the ground. The location must offer excellent cover from the prying eyes of predators, like snakes, blue jays, and squirrels, as well as shelter from wind and rain. Secrecy is paramount. If she feels her chosen spot has been discovered by a potential threat, she will abandon it and start over elsewhere. The construction process itself takes about 3 to 9 days. The nest is a compact cup-shaped structure built in 4 distinct layers. The female begins with an outer framework of coarse twigs, which provides structural support. Next, she weaves in a layer of leafy material and strips of grapevine bark to create a more solid shell. For the third layer, she lines the cup with fine grasses and plant fibers, making it softer and more insulated. The final innermost layer is a delicate lining of an even finer material, such as soft rootlets, pine needles, or animal hair, creating a gentle cradle for her eggs and future hatchlings. Within a few days of the nest's completion, the female begins to lay her eggs. A typical clutch contains 2 to 5 eggs, which are usually a grayish-white or pale bluish-green, speckled with brown-gray or lavender spots. She lays 1 egg per day, typically in the morning, until the clutch is complete. The female then takes on the sole duty of incubation, settling onto the eggs to keep them warm with her body heat. During this period, which lasts for about 12 to 13 days, she is highly vulnerable. Her mate plays a vital supportive role, bringing her food on the nest and standing guard nearby, ready to sound an alarm call if danger approaches. Cardinals are prolific breeders and will typically attempt to raise 2 or more broods in a single year, sometimes as many as 4 if conditions are favorable. A new nest is built for each and every brood. After the first set of fledglings leaves the nest, the female will quickly begin construction on a second nest. During this time, the male takes over the primary responsibility for feeding and caring for the recently fledged young from the first brood. This division of labor allows the pair to maximize their reproductive output during the relatively short breeding season, ensuring the continuation of their lineage. The northern cardinal is a true generalist when it comes to its diet, a key factor in its widespread success and adaptability. Its large, powerful, cone-shaped beak is perfectly engineered for its primary food source, seeds. This beak allows it to easily crush the hard shells of a wide variety of seeds, with a particular fondness for black oil sunflower seeds and safflower seeds, which are often provided at backyard feeders. In the wild, they consume the seeds of countless grasses and weeds, as well as grains. This seed-heavy diet is especially important during the winter months when other food sources like insects are scarce. However, the cardinal's diet is not limited to seeds. They are omnivorous and readily incorporate other types of plant matter into their meals. They will eat a variety of fruits and berries, often seeking out wild grapes, dogwood berries, and sumac. In the spring, when new growth is abundant, they are also known to consume tender leaf buds. This dietary flexibility allows them to take advantage of whatever food is seasonally available in their environment. Their ability to switch between seeds, fruits, and buds ensures they have a reliable food supply throughout the entire year, from the bounty of summer to the lean times of winter. The dietary needs of cardinals shift dramatically when they are raising young. While adult cardinals can subsist largely on plant matter, their nestlings require a diet rich in protein to fuel their rapid growth. During this period, the parents become dedicated insect hunters. They scour their territory for caterpillars, beetles, grasshoppers, and other soft-bodied insects to feed their hungry chicks. The young are fed almost exclusively on this insect-based diet from the moment they hatch until they fledge. This reliance on insects during the breeding season highlights the importance of healthy, biodiverse habitats that support robust insect populations. At backyard bird feeders, cardinals exhibit interesting behaviors. They are often among the first birds to arrive in the morning and the last to leave in the evening, taking advantage of the low light to feed. They are also known to be somewhat methodical eaters. A cardinal will often take a single seed from a feeder, fly to a nearby perch, manipulate the seed in its beak to crack the hull, eat the kernel inside, and then return to the feeder for another. This careful, one-at-a-time approach is different from many other feeder birds, like finches, which may sit and eat continuously for long periods. Life for a northern cardinal is filled with constant threats, and survival is a daily challenge. Even as adults, these birds face a number of formidable predators. Domestic and feral cats are a significant source of mortality, especially in suburban areas where their territories overlap. Birds of prey, such as Cooper's hawks and sharp-shinned hawks, are specialized bird hunters and pose a serious threat from the air. Even larger birds like owls may prey on cardinals roosting at night. To survive, cardinals must remain perpetually vigilant, using their keen eyesight and hearing to detect danger and seek the safety of dense cover at a moment's notice. The most vulnerable stage in a cardinal's life is during its time in the nest, both as an egg and as a hatchling. A wide array of predators seeks out nests to prey on their contents. Climbing predators like raccoons, squirrels, and chipmunks are a constant threat. Snakes, particularly black rat snakes, are adept at locating and raiding nests. Other birds, such as blue jays and crows, are also notorious nest robbers, consuming both eggs and very young chicks. The female cardinal's camouflaged plumage and the pair's choice of a concealed nest site are their primary defenses against this overwhelming list of potential threats. Once the young birds leave the nest, they enter another perilous period. These fledglings are not yet strong flyers, and are still learning about the dangers of the world. For the first few weeks after fledging, they spend much of their time on or near the ground, often hiding in low, dense vegetation. During this time, they are extremely vulnerable to ground predators, including cats, dogs, and foxes. The male cardinal plays a crucial role during this phase, continuing to feed the fledglings while teaching them to find food and recognize alarm calls. This extended period of parental care is vital for improving their chances of reaching adulthood. Beyond predation, cardinals face other natural challenges. They are susceptible to parasites, such as feather mites, which can cause skin irritation and feather loss. In late summer, Many cardinals undergo a dramatic molt, sometimes losing all the feathers on their head at once, resulting in a temporary bald appearance. While this is usually a natural process, it can be alarming to observers. The average lifespan of a cardinal in the wild is relatively short, around 3 years, due to these high rates of predation and other natural hazards. However, if they survive the perils of youth, some individuals can live for over a decade, with the oldest recorded cardinal reaching an impressive 28.5 years, likely in the protected environment of captivity. The northern cardinal is as well known for its voice as it is for its appearance. The species possesses a rich and varied vocal repertoire, with some experts identifying as many as 16 different songs and calls. The most familiar of these are the loud, clear, whistled songs, often described with phrases like cheer, 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 or birdie, birdie, birdie. These songs are primarily used by the male during the breeding season to attract a mate and to proclaim ownership of his territory. Unlike many other songbird species, the female cardinal also sings, often from the nest. Her songs are typically softer and may be used to communicate with her mate about food or potential dangers. The songs of a cardinal are not innate, they must be learned. A young cardinal learns its species-specific vocalizations by listening to the adult birds around it, particularly its father. This learning process is essential for its future success. The complexity and clarity of a male's song can signal his age, experience, and fitness to potential mates. Pairs of cardinals will often engage in duetting, where the male and female sing back and forth to each other. This behavior helps to strengthen their pair bond and coordinate their activities, such as signaling when one is returning to the nest with food. In addition to their melodic songs, cardinals use a variety of shorter calls to communicate specific information. The most common is a sharp, metallic chip note. The volume and frequency of this chip can change depending on the situation. A soft chip might be used to maintain contact with a mate or fledglings in dense vegetation. A loud, rapid series of chips, however, serves as a powerful alarm call, alerting all nearby birds to the presence of a predator, such as a hawk or a cat. This alarm system benefits not only the cardinals, but also the entire community of birds in the area. Communication is a constant thread running through a cardinal's life. They use specific calls to locate family members in the dim light of dawn and dusk when they are most active. A particular call might inform a mate that a food source has been found. These vocalizations are the invisible glue that holds their social structures together, from the fierce defense of a territory to the tender interactions between a pair and the diligent care of their young. The beautiful song we hear from a treetop is just one small part of a complex language that governs every aspect of the secret life of this brilliant red wonder.